If you have sciatica, using a massage gun can be incredibly helpful. But where and how do you use it? In this video, I'll show you how to use a massage gun to safely relieve sciatica, plus what not to do. So let's get started. Now for this video, I'm going to use the Bob & Brad X6 Pro Max. You can use whichever massage gun you want, but there are a few key features that you want. You want at least one of these round ball heads, and then something smaller like a trigger point attachment. We'll start out in the lower back because the sciatic nerve starts out from the nerve roots that come from your lumbar spine. And so we don't want to use the massage gun directly over top of the spine, but we will use it on some of the muscles around the spine. Now there are a few key guidelines to keep in mind when using a massage gun. If any of these techniques either worsen the symptoms in your leg, make the symptoms go farther down your leg, or are just incredibly painful, then skip that particular one. It's very likely that you will find some sore or tender spots, but they shouldn't be just incredibly painful. So we'll start out in the lower back. For this one, we're going to use the ball attachment. And you'll want to find the area right on the side of your spine, these thick muscles that run along either side of the spine. And we'll turn the massage gun on. It does help to be lying down so the muscles are relaxed. Now it's definitely easier if you have someone else around who can help you out. But you just hold the massage gun, find a tight or sore or tender spot, and then once you get there, hold the pressure. We're going to hold about 30 seconds in each spot. If you need longer, you can go back through the sequence a second time. This one is the erector spinae, the muscles that help extend your spine or help lift you back up from a bent forwards position. Next, while we're in this side lying position, we're going to take the massage gun and put it between the rib cage and the pelvis. So you don't want to hit on your bottom rib right here. You want to hit between the hip bone right here and the rib cage right there. Try to get in that soft spot in between. And then this one you do have to sink in a little bit. This is the quadratus lumborum. It's one of the main side bending muscles of your spine. And when it's stiff, often on your more symptomatic side, it can compress the nerve roots that make up the sciatic nerve. So that's the second one, the quadratus lumborum. Next, we're going to move down to the pelvis. And for the pelvis, I like to use a little smaller attachment. So we're going to switch over to a trigger point attachment for the pelvis. After the sciatic nerve leaves your lower back, the nerve roots join to form the trunk of the sciatic nerve. That then dives through your hip, down through this region right here, before going down into the back of your leg. There's a muscle known as the piriformis that runs over top of the sciatic nerve in most people, or in a small percent of people, 10 to 20%, the sciatic nerve actually goes through that muscle. That can be a big problem muscle in sciatica, but you don't want to mash down with a massage gun right over the sciatic nerve. So when we're working on trigger points in the pelvis, you want to be around a bony landmark. We're going to start on the side here. So you've got your gluteus medius and gluteus minimus muscles. Particularly the gluteus minimus has a referral pattern that mimics that of an L5 or S1 nerve root pattern going down the side of the leg like that. So lie on your side. You'll find right above the hip bone right here. So find the bony part on the outside of the hip and then come just above that. And you may find a sore or tender spot right there. That's the gluteus medius, and deep to that, the gluteus minimus. So you'll turn the massage gun on and then go right over top of that gluteus medius and gluteus minimus. If you put just a little bit of pressure, you're probably more into just the gluteus medius. If you go down a little bit deeper, that'll get to the gluteus minimus. Just use a pressure that feels comfortable for you. And most massage guns have varying speeds. I'm just using it on the lowest one, but use whichever one feels comfortable to you. And again, hold for about 30 seconds in each spot. Next, we're going to go down to the buttock area. And this is where the piriformis is. The piriformis runs between your sacrum, the bone right back here, and the outside of your hip bone. And we want to be on the bony ends when we're treating that muscle. So you don't want to be right in this soft spot here, right in the middle of your butt. That's called the greater sciatic notch. and you don't want to irritate the sciatic nerve by mashing right over that area. So we're going to go more towards the sacrum end, right here, and then find a sore or tender spot, and then just hold a pressure there for about 30 seconds. At this point, while you're close to the bone, you're not mashing right over top of the sciatic nerve. So this is more on the sacral end. Then you find the bump on the hip again, and then go directly behind that, and that's the other end of the piriformis. Again, you want to stay out of this area right back here. Next, we'll go down into the leg. The sciatic nerve runs down through your hamstrings, but again, you probably don't want to mash right over top of the nerve. However, going on either side of the hamstrings on the left or the right side of the sciatic nerve can be helpful. For this one, you can either switch back to the ball head, or what I really like about this massage gun is it has a metal head, which is good for larger muscle groups. So I'm going to use this one, but if all you have is the ball head, that's perfectly fine to use. Then you'll go into the hamstrings. For this one, you'll want to lie either on your belly or on your side. I'm going to lie on my belly here so you can see it a little bit better. And you don't want to go right in the middle of the hamstring. You want to go a little bit to the outside of the sciatic nerve and then move along the thigh until you find a sore or tender area, and then hold pressure right over there, or go more towards the inside, find a sore or tender area, and hold pressure over there. You can also go right on the butt bone, the part you sit on. So helps to find it with your hand, that bony part right there, and then just apply a little bit of pressure right there. That's the hamstring tendon where it attaches into that butt bone. And then finally, we're going to move down the leg into the calves. Many people have trigger points in their calves, and those trigger points can squeeze on the distal end or the far end of the sciatic nerve. And if you have it pinched up here and also have it pinched down in your leg, that can create more problems. So you want to treat all across the course of the sciatic nerve, going through the calves, and often the inner calves are a little bit more tender in many people, but I check on the inside part of the calves, and then also on the outside. I'll show you in this leg. And it is, by the way, a good idea to check this on both sides because your nervous system is continuous. And if you have, say, a pinched L5 nerve on the left, but you have tension pulling on that same level on the right, it's going to transfer over to the other side. So it is a good idea to check both sides when you're doing the massage gun. Another optional thing, but can be very helpful, is using it on the front of your thighs along your quadriceps, particularly right down the middle. This middle quadricep is called your rectus femoris, and it's also a hip flexor, which can often be involved in sciatica. So even though sciatica affects the back of your leg, it can be helpful to use the massage gun on the front of the leg as well. And again, I would check both sides with that. So hopefully you found that helpful. If you did, you can find loads more tips to relieve sciatica in my new book, The Over 50 Sciatica Solution: Get Relief Naturally Without Pills or Surgery. It's a 214-page book divided into 3 parts. Part 1 will help you better understand sciatica, specifically as it relates to people over 50. Part 2 is a self-assessment, very similar to the framework that I use when evaluating a patient in the clinic, but in a do-it-yourself-at-home version. Now, this isn't a substitute for seeing a healthcare provider, but it does give you some amazing insights and can help you better communicate with your healthcare provider. And then part 3 are all the different tips you can use to relieve sciatica. And not just exercises, there are tips to help you move more comfortably during everyday activities, to eat better to fuel your nervous system for recovery, to sleep better, and to manage stress better, all of which are crucial to recovering from sciatica. You can buy the paperback version on Amazon, but if you're more concerned about what's inside, rather than having some pieces of paper to hold in your hand, I do have a special digital bundle that you can get at over50sciaticasolution.com. When you buy the ebook version for just $4.99, I'll include the audiobook version absolutely free. I'll also include a bunch of other free bonuses, including the morning relief stretch routine, the sciatica symptom tracker, and the pain-free standing and walking guide. You can learn more about the book as well as the bonuses at over50sciaticasolution.com. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.